Hey, what's going on everybody? Justin with AmericanMuscle.com, and today we're taking a closer look at and installing the Axial headlights with the built-in LEDs and sequentials available for your 9904 New Edge Mustang at home. Now, you should be checking out the Axials that we have here today if you really dig the factory style appearance of your New Edge lights, but would prefer to add a small modern touch in the form of the LED bar. So again, the big feature here with this particular set of Axials will be the inclusion of that diffused LED light bar that does frame the main headlight area or bulb here perfectly, and I really like how it's been done. Now, I've seen a lot of other lights here on the site in the category for the New Edge, and the LED might just go across the bottom or across the bottom and up on one side only. That looks great for some people, but the fact that the Axials frame this perfectly, I just feel it looks a little bit better at the end of the day, looks a little bit more complete. Now, in addition to that, those LEDs will not only shine as sort of like a daytime running light whenever your parking lights or headlights is switched on, but they also add some additional functionality that really separates these lights from some of your more basic options. For starters, the Axials do have a very eye-catching startup sequence whenever you fire them up for the first time, which is something a lot of our customers have raved about in the review section. Check those out as always after the video if you haven't done so already. Finally, and maybe most importantly, those LEDs are going to feature a sequential turn signal or functionality for things obviously like your turn signals, but also your hazards as well. And that's going to be the biggies here again with this set of Axials that we have on the table today. Now, transitioning into construction, as I mentioned earlier, guys, the Axials, I would say minus the LED bar here, of course, are going to give off kind of that factory Cobra vibe thanks to the combination of the black and chrome housing, which is then topped off with a crystal clear impact-resistant polycarbonate lens. Now, I'm always going to be a big fan of that combination of a clear lens with a black housing because it will help contribute to a more aggressive look at the end of the day, but without compromising your total light output like a smoked lens would. Now, finally, guys, the Axials do not include any headlight or turn signal bulbs, so you can either transfer those over from your stock headlights, or you could always use this as an opportunity to upgrade to a brighter bulb. Now, the headlights are adjustable here, guys. I do want to point that out as well. You can adjust the height, get them lined up or lined perfectly, and they have been built to exact factory specifications, meaning they are going to mount using that 2-tab mounting style. Now, price point for this particular set of Axials will live in that mid to high $200 range, which all things considered, guys, I find very fair given things like the LED running lights and that sequential functionality. Now, of course, you can always check out the Raxium Halo options here on the site. Those are no doubt going to be a bit more expensive, kind of rounding out the higher end of the price point. But those headlights, let's be honest, are very wild in regards to appearance and might not be everyone's favorite thing. Now, on the flip side, if you really like the basic appearance of these headlights, you love the LED daytime running lights, but you don't necessarily need or want the sequential functionality or the startup feature, you can basically grab the same exact headlights on the site with the same exact LED bars without the sequential functionality. So as always, feel free to check out the rest of our selection on the site, including the ones I just mentioned, before pulling the trigger. But now we do want to segue into the install, and the site's going to call this one a pretty solid 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter, about an hour or so to get everything installed from start to finish. Now, actually swapping out the lights will probably be the fastest part of this job, thanks again to that 2-tab mounting system. Basically, if you've never removed the headlights on your New Edge, you're simply removing 2 tabs per headlight, sliding the entire assembly out, and then basically repeating that procedure to get the new lights in place. Now, where things are going to actually drag on a little bit will be the addition of the very small wiring that is needed to get your LED daytime running lights up and running for the very first time. You are going to need to tap into some of the factory wiring, basically your factory running lights, just to get everything functioning properly. But now to give you a better idea of just everything I just talked about here, kind of give you a better idea of where that wiring will go on your ride at home, check out our detailed walkthrough and tool breakdown.
For this install, you will need wire strippers and crimpers, a pair of pliers, and for how we connected our lights, T-taps, and male spade connectors. What's up guys, today we're going to be doing some headlights on our Mustang, but before we get started, we're going to send you to watch a short video on how to uninstall your factory setup, and we'll see you when you get back.
All right, first step here, what we're gonna do is look at these two pins after we pop our hood. So with these pins, they're basically retaining the headlight into position. So you're basically just gonna pull up from under them and pull those pins straight out. They're a little bit long, so you just gotta pull all the way up. Do that for both, and now your headlight's loose. All right, so what we're basically gonna do is just wiggle this guy out. There's one harness, and you see it just popped off, but if yours does not pop right off, it's basically just a pinch and disconnect, and then you have one more on the corner here. And for this, you have basic locking tabs on the side, so you just pull up on the tabs and pull it straight off.
So there's a few things that we're going to have to do to get our new setup ready before it can go on the car, and that's going to involve swapping our bulbs from our old headlights to our new one. So we're going to start with our headlight bulb, and first we're going to remove this retainer here, and for that you just twist it counterclockwise, pop it right out, and just work your bulb right out. Has that gasket that keeps it in place. Now you want to make sure you don't touch your bulb with your bare hands. Avoid any hot spots, any oils from your fingers. So we'll go ahead and remove our turn signal / marker bulb. We'll give that a quarter turn counterclockwise as well. And pop that right out. Sometimes these can be a little bit tricky in their seats. It should come right out. Then we can go ahead and set our factory light aside. So now we can go ahead and take our turn signal marker bulb and install that into our new light. Go ahead and get that seated and give it a quarter turn clockwise, lock it in place. Then our new light comes with a new retainer. So again, we're going to pop that right off. Then we can go ahead and insert our light. Now you want your retainer for your connector to be facing up towards the top of the bulb, top of the headlight rather. Go ahead and push that in, make sure it seats. Then we can go ahead, get our retainer in place, give that a quarter turn clockwise, and lock that in. So now we're going to need to do a bit of light wiring for our control box for our new lights. So we're going to go ahead and start by grabbing our strippers and crimpers, giving ourselves a little bit of an end to work with on our wires. So we'll go ahead, strip a little bit of our insulation off for each wire. Now your kit does come with inline taps, but we find it easier, especially if you're going to be removing your headlights at any point, to use male spade connectors and T-taps on your harness. So we're going to go ahead and add our male spade connectors to our wires here. So we'll go ahead and get that in. Take our crimper, go ahead and crimp this down real good. And after you get it crimped, you want to give it a little tug just to make sure your connection is secure. And we'll do that for the other two wires as well. Now once you've got this done for this headlight, you can go ahead and repeat these same steps for the other headlight, and then we'll go ahead and move on to the vehicle. So now before we can install our light, we're going to need to prep our vehicle side wiring. So we'll grab our T-taps here. As you can see, we already have one on. Now this is the turn signal marker bulb connector. And we're going to add a T-tap into each one of these wires. So they just seat into the saddle of the tap, like so. And we can go ahead, snap these into place. Now you may need to use pliers or something like that to squeeze down hard enough, which we'll go ahead and do. So we'll go ahead and grab our pliers here. Now remember, these are plastic and you're going into wires, so there's no need to use excess force. This is just going to persuade it into place. And you can see once it seats, it goes into its locking tab. We'll do the same thing for our other wire. Okay, so now we can go ahead and get our headlight installed. So we're going to go ahead, set this here for now. The first thing we're going to do is get our 3 wires for our control box hooked up to our car side wiring. So our yellow wire is going to go into our turn signal positive wire, which on this side is our green with white stripe. Go ahead and get that in. Then our brown wire is going to the positive of our marker light, which on this one is our other brown wire here. And then black to black for ground. Once we have that done, we'll go ahead and get this connector plugged in. A little bit of tight quarters in here. Go ahead and get that secured. Make sure none of our wires are going to be in the way of our locators here. Then we'll work our way back out to the front. Now we can go ahead and plug our headlight bulb back in. As you can see, our tab is broke on this one, but it should snap back into place. And your control box does come with 3M adhesive, so you can slide this through as we're going to do and stick it up out of the way wherever you want it. For demonstration purposes, we're simply going to slide this back into our opening here. Just make sure our bulb stays in place. And make sure your harness isn't getting pinched. And we can go ahead and set our headlight in place. And once we have it in place, we can go ahead and reinstall our retainer rods. Okay. Now once you've got this done for this side, you can go ahead and repeat these same steps for your other headlight. Alrighty guys, that about wraps up our review and install of our axial headlights with sequential LED bar and black housings and clear lenses for your 99 to 04 Mustang. Thanks for watching, and as always, for everything Mustang, keep it right here at AmericanMuscle.com.